Hello, new starters. How's life treating you? The other day, I was traveling to work on my motorcycle, and I was riding on the inside lane, and there were two vehicles in the outside lane. It was clear that the one behind was stuck behind the one in front, at least temporarily. And as I looked at that situation, I could see that something was about to happen. And sure enough, just as I drew close, the ute, the vehicle behind, swerved into my lane to get around the car in front. And I had to swerve to miss him, and I hit my horn button in that same second, let him know I was there. And he swerved back into his lane, and I pulled up beside him and I shouted at him, why don't you look what you're doing? And I pointed at my eyes. He looked across at me, and he hung his head a little bit and he said, at least he mouthed the words, "I'm so sorry, I didn't see you." Well, that's not unusual. Research has shown that you can have placed right into your vision an object that, if you're not expecting it to see it, if there's a lot of other things going on, you can miss it completely. And so it's not a surprise that a motorbike can be missed when you've got attention focused on many other things. But the problem is, as a motorbike rider, you get sick of those things, and very often you presume that drivers just don't care enough to look. And so that was what was driving my sense as I pulled up beside that vehicle. When he apologized to me, it showed me that my presumption was very wrong. That's not the first time that's happened to me. The idea that I have presumed that somebody is acting one way, and when I find out what's really going on, it's other than what I had imagined or presumed. And the truth is that we can very easily ascribe motivations to other people, but until we know the truth, we are in danger of creating a situation that is potentially very negative for us. In the 3rd chapter of Colossians, Paul writes, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other, and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another." Here Paul is writing what the Christian life should be like. When love has filled your life and has transformed your heart, these are the characteristics of the Christian life. You can sit back and go, wow, so that's what it is to be a Christian. But it's interesting here in the mix of what he's describing what our relationship should be like. He says, bear with one another. And in fact, the only way to do that is to believe in other people, to believe the best in them. When they make mistakes, if we're believing in them, we can accept them as mistakes. It's when we ascribe motive to them that we can become upset and angry with people. And we almost always ascribe motive without knowing all the facts and from our own perspective of how something impacts us. So when Paul describes the way the Christian life is supposed to be, being humble and gentle, being compassionate, kind, patient, and bearing with one another, he's talking about the life that someone lives when they've been transformed by love and they're believing in the heart of other people. And that's a wow. What an incredible life we get the chance to live as Christians.